You can visit online at ShuilaFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ShuilaFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Good morning. It's a KCHW morning show. It is Friday, May 17th. It's myself, Chuck Ritchie, here with Scott Allen. How you doing this morning, Scott?
Doing good. Love the finally Friday edition of the morning show. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, because you get to sleep in over the weekend?
Yes. And then I always have a 3-day weekend, which is a bonus.
Yeah. I actually have to get up earlier this weekend than during the week.
I consider volunteering like work. It's like, oh, I got to work tomorrow. And then one of my kids inadvertently go, that's not work, Dad. It feels like it because I got to get up.
Oh,
if it was up to me, I'd just roll out whenever I felt like it.
I have a 6 a.m. makeup call this weekend. We're wrapping up filming on a movie we've been working on with Lost Falls Collaborative.
Ooh, how fun!
So, yeah, we got to go up to this beautiful ranch up in Republic. And went up there a couple weeks ago to do some filming. We're on our way up there, and we were talking before the show. I have some leg cramp issues, and
we were talking about man cramps.
Yeah, man cramps.
It's a thing.
Oh, it is. It totally is, especially for us older guys, Scott.
Yeah. I'm cramping up right now.
I count myself in that. My cramps make me feel like I'm 20 years older than I am.
I was just trying to preface it, so go on with your man cramp story. Yeah.
No, so I had to pull over alongside the road, and when the pullout's up along the highway, and Joe Wilzinski's also in the film with us, goes driving by, honking his horn, waving his arms, and hey, Joe, how's it going? Saying hi as he's driving by. We get to the lodge, and he's like, he comes running up to me. He's like, Chuck, did you see the bear that was behind you? No idea.
It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a Joe joke.
It wasn't a Joe joke, and I thought he was joking. I was like, "Yeah, very funny, Joe. You never know with Joe." And Heidi was like, "Yeah, no, Chuck, there was a bear about 20 feet behind you. We thought you saw
it." You were almost a smack.
It wasn't a big bear; it was a little black bear, but still, yeah. Apparently, it was sauntering towards me, and they honked the horn, and we were waving, and it ran off. But
he was just going to give you a little muscle massage.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Help me with my cramp. Thanks, bear.
I think if you would have turned around and saw him, your cramp would have disappeared real quickly.
I think so.
You bolted out of there.
I think so.
Wow. That's amazing. Good job, Chuck.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have bolted as fast as the time I was walking my dogs at 3 a.m. out at the campground and saw a cougar stalking us. That was, man, I drug those dogs behind me like lures.
You ever ran from something at night and where you think it's like an animal and then, this one was an animal, but I had been out till, I don't know, around midnight. I was maybe 14 years old. So I'm walking through Chihuahua, walking home, and I see something huge that looks like a bear. And I'm on the backside of town. I don't remember what street, but it's barreling at me at like 90 miles an hour.
Wow.
I start running. And I'm bending down and picking up rocks as I'm running, I can tell it's huge. And as I turned around to confront the beast, I realized it was the Fooses that used to own the hardware store. It was their and I was friends with their son, and it was their Great Dane. He just saw me, from a distance and thought he had left home and thought he'd come say hi. He was all happy to see me, but I thought I was going to be attacked by a bear.
I had one. We were in Tennessee. We were living in a yurt out in the middle of nowhere on this big 40-acre farm. The property owners lived on the other side of the farm. It was fenced, sort of cordoned off. We had our little section. It was a couple acres that we were renting. And it was middle of the night. My dogs were acting really weird. And I look outside and I see this tall shadow. It was really dark out, no moon that night. And I'm like, what in the heck? The dogs are freaking out. And so I grab my rifle and I walk outside And I'm like, hey, can I help you? What this is my yard. What do you need something? Kind of like what's going on here? Walk over, no response. It was really dark. All I saw was this tall shadow looking at me. I'm like, ooh, what's going on here? And I walk a little closer. I'm like, hey, I do you need anything? You need to get out of here? I'm gonna call 911. That sort of thing. Just looked at me, breathing heavy, and thought it was a person. And finally, I started yelling. I'm like, you need to get out of here now. And I cocked my rifle, and I was like, hey, I'm armed. And turned to the side. It was a horse. One of the neighbors' horses had gotten out of their fence and was in our yard in the middle of the night. It was so dark I couldn't tell. It scared the living whatever out of me.
That's awesome.
I went inside. I was shaking.
And you should be scared because we're lefties with guns and we don't know how to use them.
Right? You're a lefty. I'm not. But terrifying stuff.
You're not a lefty?
No, I'm not. No.
I think you lean so far left sometimes you fall over. Did I say that?
Trying to find that balance, Scott.
All right, try to keep working on it then, okay?
Right.
I've given up.
Right. Same.
All right, let's move on this morning. Some weather, 64 for your Friday. Cloudy skies this morning will become partly cloudy this afternoon. High, as I said, of 64. Down to 38 tonight under partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, not much better, 61 and 42. Partly cloudy, 25% chance of rain. They're saying showers for Sunday. They're at 40% at least, 60 and 39. You've got some traditional spring weather here. Mm-hmm. Monday right now, 69 and 43. Looking ahead to further into next week, Tuesday 67, Wednesday 61, Thursday 60. You're going to spend all next week and next weekend in the 60s. Just saying.
That sounds perfect.
And the good news is there's chances of rain almost every day but Monday.
Yeah, we could use it. It's been hot and dry.
Yeah.
And we had last week. We had a couple days up in the mid 80s, and that was a bit much too soon.
Yes, I've got mine beginning of next week. We jump from right around 70 into the 80s, so that'll be fun.
Well, we jumped from the 50s straight into the 80s.
You did.
It was like, what the heck's going on here? It was too much.
Do you want to throw out what the kids may be eating for breakfast and lunch today before we move into a few news headlines?
I will. So today for breakfast, there's a variety of cereal bars, yummy yogurts, fresh fruit juice, and their choice of milk with their breakfast. And then move on to the lunch menu here: chicken in a bun, fresh French fries. It says a variety of French fries. I always wonder about that. I wonder if they get options for different kind of French fries. I would think that would be great. I like the curly ones.
Okay.
Fresh veggies, fresh fruit, pudding, and your choice of milk. There you go.
All right. Real quick, don't forget this weekend, Valley Warriors against Cancer, doing their annual fundraiser and get together, complete with vendors and silent auctions, all sorts of stuff, and a car show. It's happening this weekend in Valley, so get out there and support the Valley Warriors. Last year, raised $16,000 to help support people with cancer in our area. It doesn't go to the home office.
Exactly.
It stays right here in the area where they raise the funds. So get out there and support them. I think the car show is 10 to 1 at their annual car show, but lots of stuff going on both Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, and there's this is kind of fun. I know we've got a pickleball all across the nation is kind of the rage. There's a new pickleball club starting this weekend. They're having their blast off. That is going to be Saturday from 3 to 6 at the Chewelah Court Center at 203 Park Place. I'm not sure where that is. The Chewelah Court Center. Do you know where that is?
We used to have a racquetball court, and I'm not quite sure. Maybe if somebody's picked that up. I haven't been around in a long time, but
okay.
When you're going out Flowery Trail, you kind of setting behind where the dentist office is and the insurance and stuff. There's an old racquetball court back there. So who knows?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not saying that's where it is. I'm just saying there is a court back there, but I don't know what that road is that goes in.
Well, It says 243 Par Place, P-A-R. I don't know if that's a typo of park or if that's if there actually is a road back there called Par.
I don't know.
Interesting.
All right. It's somewhere in town, and we don't know, but chances are we'll find out sooner or later.
And the farmers market today.
Yes, don't forget.
From 11 to 3:30. We will be there.
Mm-hmm. We're saying things in stereo.
That's right. We'll be there with our tip jar, our donation jar, and some stickers, some information. We'll be doing some live broadcasting and hopefully interviewing some of the vendors there. They have a huge lineup this year of vendors.
You're telling me like way over 20.
It's insane. Yeah, I think they said they had 40. I believe that's what he said, was about 40 vendors signing up this year. 5 new food vendors, which is incredible. Last week, there was, get this, in Chihuahua, there was Thai food.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, at the market. So we've got pretty good variety going on. I'm not sure if the buffalo burgers are back this year. Don't want to quote anybody on that. But yeah. Good stuff.
Okay.
We're going to be there doing some live broadcasting. That'd be great.
Good deal, Chuck.
Thank you.
A few news headlines before we move into some funny stuff. And I was amazed at Odd News today as I was putting it together and doing the sound effects. 8 stories in Wacky But True.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. So apparently lots of craziness yesterday, and we'll be covering that. Real news stories right now, though. Houston having a big problem with the severe storms that have hit the area. Asking, I guess 4 people have passed away, asking everyone that isn't an essential worker to stay indoors as they fight heavy debris and destruction left by the storms. Forecast does predict more severe storms and flooding in the Gulf Coast region and the south as inclement weather shifts eastward. Experts say to get to higher ground as soon as possible if you're driving on a roadway that's actively flooding. Good information to have in the back of your head. Timberwolves beat the Nuggets last night 115-70. Game 6 of the NBA Conference semifinals, tying the series 3-3. Game 7, which will determine who advances into the playoffs, is on Sunday on Yahoo Sports. DOJ formally began the process of reclassifying marijuana as a lower-risk drug, removing it from a category that currently includes tightly controlled substances like heroin and LSD.
Man, how did it ever make it there on the first place?
Yeah.
I don't even understand that one. I mean,
you've never tried it, have you?
I know, right? Well, there's a lot of, I don't want to get too into the weeds here, but there's too into the weed here. But there's a lot of history of the earlier black jazz musicians that smoked marijuana that were tied to racism, tied to not only that, but industrial hemp, with the invention of the DuPonts and the invention of artificial fibers and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of history on why it was illegal in the first place, and it's purely political and has a bunch of ties.
Money, the root of all evil.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's see. House passed a bill to reverse President Biden's pause on some U.S. weapons shipments to Israel. It isn't expected to move forward in the Democratic-controlled Senate, though. And Supreme Court ruled against the banking industry, protecting the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. It was created to protect against corporate abuse after the 2008 financial crisis. And let's see, John Krasinski's Family If, starring Ryan Reynolds, is in theaters this weekend. The telecast for the second round of the PGA Championship continues at 1 p.m., although whether Scotty Sheffield will be in there is unknown as he was arrested this morning, I believe.
That's funny because I looked down at my phone and there's a picture of him in his orange jumper.
He was trying to get into the Valhalla Golf Club for this tournament, and there was a major accident which involved a fatality outside, and he thought, being the number 1 golfer, he could just barrel on through police barricades and closed roads and get into the golf course. Police officers tried to stop him. He didn't abide by their directions and then started acting like a jerk and ended up in handcuffs, actually committed a felony.
Wow.
Good job. You're number 1. All right.
Hold on. I've got this. I'm a professional golfer.
That's right. I have a right. All right. NHL playoffs, Panthers and the Bruins play at 7 p.m. Eastern on TNT. Panthers lead the series 3-2. NBA playoffs, the Knicks and the Pacers play at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. Knicks lead that series 3-2 as well. All right. Last night, Right? They had a hearing, House Oversight Committee, into whether they are going to charge Merrick Garland with contempt of Congress. It's supposed to happen at 11 in the day, but a bunch of them wanted to go to Trump's trial, so they put it off till 8 p.m. that night. Things got started and then devolved into chaos. Guess who started it?
Was it my good friend Marjorie?
Good job. Yes.
Yeah.
She started by making fun of another member of Congress's fake eyelashes, saying that her fake eyelashes are making it so she can't read. And attacked another one over their intelligence, which she got no room to pick on people about being smart.
Right.
So this devolved into chaos with them saying she broke decorum and she was supposed to apologize and she refused, and this went on for like an hour. It's our government at work, right?
Yeah.
Right toward the end of it, another member of Congress asked the person holding the hearing or in charge of the hearing and of running it about decorum, and said, so it's okay if I claim some member in this room is a bleach blonde with badly built butch body. A badly built butch body.
What?
Whoa. That's fireworks.
Wow.
Bleach blonde with a badly built butch body. Wow. That's our government at work, folks.
That's insane.
You can't make this up. All right. Let's see. You're going to like this one, too. U.S. Forest Service, Park Service, I should say, looking for a couple that stole archaeological artifacts out of a container at a dig on U.S. park land. And I want to go ahead and share this with you because they're wanting to send this picture out to everyone so you can help them find him. And you can tell he looks like a pillar of American society there.
Yeah.
You know what I thought when I saw this picture? Not that it's just a really bad goatee. That he looks like a hairless Sasquatch, kind of. He does.
I love they probably went through the footage and got that freeze frame from the security camera at like the worst possible, most unflattering moment.
Yes.
I
I like how
great.
the woman's trying to hide her face too.
I know.
Or maybe she saw another artifact on the ground she's about to steal. I'm not sure, but yeah. And if you got a physique like that, zip your hoodie jacket thing up a little higher, please.
Yeah, I was wondering, is that like some scraggly chest hair there, or is he wearing a T-shirt with some weird design we can't make out?
No. I think on my end, definitely what's left of his Sasquatch hair.
And he has that hoodie or that pullover jacket just zipped down as far as that sucker can go. Doesn't he?
Yeah, and it looks like even though he's a big guy, it might be too big for him still.
Yeah.
Wow. If you got it, flaunt it, and when you don't, I keep it covered up.
Or flaunt it anyway.
All right. I just thought that was kind of you do something wrong, you deserve to have a bad picture online, and you deserve to have somebody pull it up and make fun of you, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you're stealing from an archaeological dig? What is wrong with you? Come on.
Yeah. All right. Two justices in trouble yesterday. The saga of Clarence Thomas keeps going on.
How long has that been going on? 40 years?
Yes.
How long has that guy made headlines? Why was he still in there? I don't understand.
So he was calling Washington, D.C. insidious last week when he was taking more heat over his lack of judgment and accepting gifts from rich people, and talked about how D.C.'s so insidious, him and his wife like to RV to get away from all the people in Washington, D.C. that are so horrible. Which I kind of understand.
Do we all like the RV to get away from the people in our hometown that are horrible? I mean, isn't that just part of being an American?
I think it is. All right, so that prompted some nosy journalists out there to, I wonder about his RV. Wonder where he got his RV. Turns out he got that RV from a millionaire who gave him a loan for $250,000 to buy that RV. And then forgave it without repayment, which constitute another illegal gift from a wealthy donor. to the Republican Party.
You know,
So,
yeah, our Supreme Court system, this whole appointing for life, I really think our Supreme Court needs term limits.
or they should have some kind of a clause in there for when you get a bad one.
yeah, some kind of they're in there for life no matter what. There has to be,
And
you
I
know,
don't
vote of no
think a president
confidence,
should be able
something.
to pad it. I think there should be an equal number of justices on the left and the right to keep a balance. When you have a lopsided Supreme Court, you get exactly what we've been getting this year.
I don't understand why it's a partisan thing anyway. It shouldn't be. It should be. I mean, you're a judge. It should
Judges
be.
are not supposed to claim an affiliation usually, so
It
I don't
should be
get why
about
the
the
Supreme Court.
it should be about the law and the Constitution and what's, you know,
And there should be some kind of huge litmus test that proves that this person is not biased to any side. Definitely not working for what's best and for the future. Very close-minded is the way I feel about it now.
Yeah, it's really bizarre to me.
Alito jumped into the barrel along with Clarence Thomas after pictures were shown of him after the 2020 election running the American flag upside down in front of his house.
Mm-hmm.
A Supreme Court justice.
I read another thing. He also had one of those "Stop the Steal" signs in front of his house.
Yeah,
Like that's not
not
partisan.
okay.
Yeah,
Both of you out of here. Go. We don't like you. You don't have
Right.
any friends.
right.
All right. That's enough of that news. Let's move on to some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Chuck's got one here. It's a game you can play at home today called Race the Microwave.
You know, when I first saw this one, I thought it was funny because I do this.
Me too.
I think all of us do this. So it's when you set the microwave, you do as much cleaning in the kitchen as you can until the timer beeps. It's amazing how much you can get done in 2-3 minutes, Scott.
You know, and sometimes if I've been making myself something in the microwave and it's done, you know, you need to let it cool. So I'm really saying you can get, 5 to 10 minutes and totally fill the dishwasher at least.
Oh yeah. You know, as long as it's emptying the dishwasher that's the time consumer. Filling that sucker back up is quick.
Yes. Unusual parent. Did you do it? No. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did. All right. So, unusual parenting hack going along with that. Here's a lady says, sometimes I put movies on that are Spanish. And when my kids get confused and ask why they can't understand it, I tell them they're just too tired and they need a nap.
I love it.
It's horrible.
Oh, I love it.
When they wake up from the nap, I put the same movie on in English and they think they're all better.
Wow.
All right. Did you do like any trick hacks to your kids, Chuck?
You know, one that I do a lot of, I still do it sometimes, and my kids fall for it about half the time. If they ask for something at the store that I either don't want to buy, something that's not healthy or something that's too expensive, I'll go home. Or sometimes if I just forget to get it, I'll be like, oh yeah, they were all out. Sorry. I use that one a lot.
I've done that.
We had, I'm trying to think of a few that we had. You know, one thing that we had that I thought was really cute, not necessarily a hack, but when the kids were young, you know, when they start speaking, you know, how as little kids do, they start picking up curse words, you know, and start saying them around the house, and you have to teach them about, you know, what you can and can't say. We were explaining them to one of the kids about words and how there are some words that are okay for adults to use, but they're not for kids. And one of them, they thought about it for a second. They're like, "Oh, like Daddy's beer." I'm like, "Yes, exactly like beer." So then our kids' entire lives, curse words were referred to as beer words. So,
because that's what Dad says when he's drinking beer.
because it's okay for adults, but it's not for kids. Yeah.
I used to do food tricks to get them to eat something. I mean, I like fish, and the one daughter would never eat fish, and this is back when I was a single dad, and she just refused to even try it. So I breaded it and told her it was chicken. And after dinner, she says, "Dad, that was the best chicken I've ever eaten." I said, "I know, honey, because it was fish." After that, she ate all the fish. So.
Do you ever get you have kids? You've experienced. I think everyone with kids have experiences. They'll have a food. I swear it's their favorite food for 10 years. And then all of a sudden one day you'll make their favorite food. Nope, I don't like that. I don't like that. Why would you make that? Well, because it's your favorite food. Oh, I've never liked that. Like, don't you gaslight me. into thinking that your favorite food since you were a kid, all of a sudden you hate and you've never liked? Or
I always like it when they compliment the food that you've cooked, but with some kind of preface.
mm-hmm.
Like I remember Dar saying, "Okay, you can't say anything to mom, okay?" And I'm like, "Okay." He says, "These are the best potatoes I've ever eaten."
I love
Tell
that.
mom. You won't
I
tell
love
mom,
that.
right?
Mine are at the age now, like eggs especially. They're like, oh yeah, I'd really like some eggs, but Dad, I'll make them myself. I don't like the way you do them.
Oh,
I did come home yesterday. One of my kids had made sushi.
really?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
Impressive.
homemade sushi. It was delicious. It was like it came straight out of a restaurant. I was amazed.
Wow.
Yeah, not raw sushi. It was cooked.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Some rolls.
I
Yeah.
would need that. All right. Let's move along this morning. 4 things you didn't know yesterday with Chuck Ritchie.
Yeah. So did you know that McDonald's signs once only had one golden arch? How,
No.
how does
No.
that work? Because it's the M. Did it just say McDonald's with one arch over the top of all of it? I don't
Makes
understand.
no sense.
No, it doesn't. Maybe the M had one big arch and one little one. Lopsided.
Don't know.
So laws pertaining to birth aboard aircraft and ships mean it's possible for a person born on a British ship anchored to a United States port with a Chinese father and a Turkish mother to have quadruple nationality.
I'm confused.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very cool.
My wife was born on a military base in Athens, Greece. Dual citizenship with Greece.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
The longest traffic jam in history stretched over 60 miles and lasted for 12 days in China. 12 days. I felt like
How do you... My car doesn't have gas like that.
Yeah, what do you do in traffic for 12 days? Well, hopefully there are people there feeding people. I don't know.
Yeah, sounds horrible.
I mean, it's 60 miles. How does 60 miles take 12 days to clear up? I mean, I swear I've been in traffic jams close to that long before, and it took a couple hours.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. 60 miles, 12 days.
Yeah.
All right. You skipped one.
I did. Botanically speaking, bananas are classified as berries, while strawberries are not.
Really?
Yeah, strawberries have the fruit on the seeds on the outside.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's why. Bananas have the seeds on the inside. I've actually heard this before.
Yep. All right. Life should be like this. So life today, what it would be like as predicted in a 1961 issue of Weekend magazine. All right. So this came out in 1961, and it's what people thought life would be like for us today.
Okay.
All right. You'll be whisked around in monorail vehicles at 200 miles an hour, and you'll think of nothing of taking a holiday in outer space.
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to whisk away to Mars for the weekend.
Yeah, I'm sorry to let you down. We should be there, but we're not.
We could be there. We
It's
have the
called
technology.
government.
Yeah.
The technology's here, the government's not.
They've done so much to keep humans out of space for private things. What are they hiding?
Ooh.
Because, it takes less time to get from here to space than it does to drive from here to Spokane.
So what's the problem, right?
Right. Yep.
All right. Let's see. Your house will probably have air walls and a floating roof adjustable to the angle of the sun. That was just a bad idea.
I'm not crazy about that one.
Let's see. All doors will open automatically. Yeah.
Yeah, in the grocery store. Yeah. I think you can do that, but why?
Yeah. Clothing will be put away by remote control. That would be nice.
That would be nice. If you could, especially if it could pick it up off the floor and wash it and fold it and then put it away, that would be okay with me.
I've went back to my thing. I stopped for a while, but now with a kid in the house again, it's just irritating work. I refuse to fold towels and wash rags and things like that. They get washed, they get stuffed in a drawer. My kid hates it, but if it bothers you, fold them, because I am not folding them just to unfold them and get them wet and throw them in a laundry basket. It makes no sense to me.
I don't have the room to do it in our laundry room, but the best laundry system I've ever had were shelves next to the washer and dryer where everybody had their own bin. like a laundry basket. The stuff I pull the stuff out of the dryer and throw it each in their bin. Don't fold it. If you want to fold it, that's up to you. If you want to come in the laundry room and change your clothes in there and put your dirty stuff in the washing machine, that's fine.
Party on.
Yeah, but yeah, it was the best system, and we always had clean clothes, and we never had dirty clothes everywhere.
Right.
I want to go back to that, but
that is a good one. Yeah,
it is.
I'm back to just stuff them in drawers.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny though is I had my eldest daughter come to visit when I was doing that, and she went in to take a shower, and she said, "Where are the clean towels?" And I said, "They're in the drawers in the bathroom." And she said, "They're all dirty." And I said, "No, they're not. They're just unfolded."
Well, you know,
and then I started giggling sinisterly.
and then it's time to wash all the towels when all the towels have been used for, they've gone through the shower cycle, and then they've become the floor mat, and then they've become the dog drying towel, and then it's time for them to be washed.
Oh, and now they're done.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they've gone through the life cycle of the dirty towel. No, I would not dry my dogs after they've been a floor mat.
All right, I'm gonna leave this story just for a minute.
Okay.
We had a post on Facebook from Holly.
Hey, Holly.
And Holly says there's a pancake breakfast for the wildlife at the Children's Pavilion at the Chihuahua Park on Saturday from 9 to 11.
Oh, cool.
Funds are to help get kids to camp this summer.
Oh, nice.
So, all right, pancake breakfast, 9 to 11, Children's Pavilion tomorrow morning. Funds are to help get kids to camp this summer. So, great cause. There you go.
That's awesome. Thank you, Holly.
All right. More things from 1961 they thought we'd be able to have would be wall-to-wall global TV, indoor swimming pools, TV telephones, and room-to-room TV, plus a button you could change the decor of a room. We got most of that.
Well, I mean, we could do the wall-to-wall TV. I kind of like that. That might be kind of fun. The TV screens, like the communication screens. We have that, pretty readily. You can use your TV screen with just about anything. Another one of those things, we can do it, but I mean, we do a lot of Zoom calls, but they're not really that as enjoyable as we thought they would be.
I was reading ahead. Mail and newspapers will be reproduced instantly anywhere in the world by fax. Well, they had no concept of the internet, so we got to give them a break. Food won't be very different from what it's like in 1961, but there will be a few new dishes. Instant bread, sugar made from sawdust, foodless foods, minus nutritional properties, juice powders, and synthetic tea and cocoa.
Okay. Well, we do have foodless foods. Have you ever gone to the vegan section of the store?
Oh!
I don't have anything wrong with it. It's just most of that, like the artificial meats and stuff, the fake meats, like just
Don't taste good.
like I get it. And I've actually spent some time as a vegan, especially recovering from nerve damage. It's recommended by my neurologist. Yeah, just eat vegetables. Don't that some of that processed stuff is so much worse for you than the real deal. So, yeah.
This next prediction was kind of spot on. There will be machines doing the work of clerks, shorthand writers, and translators. Machines will talk to each other. Yes, they do.
Absolutely.
And now they can walk, and pretty soon they'll be taken over.
Yeah, right. I for one bow down to my AI overlords. Make sure when you go to that Chat GPT, ask it politely. Say thank you.
I think we should have all AI robots on the Supreme Court.
It would definitely be more non-biased and smarter
and commonsensical.
Mm-hmm.
All right, family car will be soundless, much like Chuck's Prius. Engine will be smaller than a typewriter, and cars will travel overland on an 18-inch cushion of air. I overshot that one.
You know what I hear a lot is sometimes going through a parking lot or something, or going behind somebody, and you have to be like, "Hey, roll down your window, excuse me," and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you coming." Which, in a way, is kind of fun.
All right, I'm going to cut this one short here. One thing in 1961 they thought we'd have by now, medically induced growth of amputated limbs. Rejuvenation will be in the middle stages of research, and people will live healthily to 85 or 100. Yeah.
A lot of people do. I don't know if healthily is the right word.
They live that long, but I don't know if they're enjoying it. Here comes Chuck. It's Friday. You don't want to go to work. Here's some good and bad excuses for a sick day.
Yeah, so this is a survey taken by somebody, I guess. They found that 1 in 3 workers have used creative excuses to take a sick leave, and these are some of the most creative ones that people have reported. I don't know if you've ever used any creative ones, but you ever had to make up a lie because the real reason seems too unbelievable?
No, I just tell the truth all the time, Chuck.
This one here, a can of baked beans landed on my big toe. That's okay. I was swimming.
That is painful.
It is, especially you get those big cans.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's the one time I can move really fast is when I drop a can in front of me.
Yeah. Or drop a knife. Man, you go airborne for a second.
Move my feet.
Yeah. I was swimming too fast and I smacked my head on the side of the pool.
It's possible.
It is possible. My car handbrake broke and it rolled down the hill into a lamppost.
Never heard of that before.
I mean, it seems oddly specific. You know,
Yeah.
just say I wrecked my car. Got in an
That's a
accident.
lie. I'm
Yeah.
taking that as a lie.
Yeah. My dog has had a big fright and I don't want to leave him.
Oh,
I could see that one.
I would write you up for that one.
Would you?
Yep.
You know, I don't know if you ever had an animal that was so scared that you just didn't have the heart to leave him, and they'd be so terrified at home alone. I don't know. I've got a couple dogs that are
I
scared.
feel bad, but yeah.
I don't know if I'd stay home from work for it.
Call a friend to come sit with your dog then.
Yeah, I might be late, but I don't know if I'd stay home all day for that. Maybe if it was 4th of July. This one here, my hamster died.
Nope.
Yeah, maybe. It depends.
Could you be that bonded to a hamster?
I had one once we were pretty bonded. She would sit on my shoulder and hold still while we went to the grocery store.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
she was a pretty cool hamster. Never had another one like it.
Okay.
I burned my hand on the toaster. Don't stick your finger in there.
Again, I don't think that's good enough to miss work.
I think this one is an absolute no. My fish is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I took its temperature.
This one, I could justify this one. I've had a hair dye disaster.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you're just embarrassed and you just really want to stay home and do something to fix it, and you just don't want to be seen in public like that.
I get it.
I'll
Yep.
give you that one.
I'll take
give you
that one.
Yep.
All right. You get a pass on that. All right. Some of them you won't, though.
No.
Doctor's ideas for an awesome day. All right. Want to
Mhm.
make your Friday a little better? This is a junior doctor in the UK who shares tips and life hacks on YouTube and his podcast. And in one recent video, he explains why he's never tired. The secret is a 6-step routine meant to get him the best possible sleep. All right. His name is Ali Abdal. No caffeine after 2. Oh.
What's that like?
Sometimes you need it. Are you an all-day coffee drinker?
I had my last cup of coffee last night about 11 p.m.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
He says it simply takes
All
too
day.
long to leave your bloodstream and can impact your quality of sleep.
I could drink 3 cups of coffee and close my eyes immediately. It does not affect my sleep whatsoever.
I can get off the morning show, drink a cup of coffee, and then take an immediate nap.
Mhm. Well, you know, Scott, I don't know. I'm guessing probably so. It is a sign of ADHD when you can consume that much caffeine and have it not affect your ability to stay awake.
I think it is.
Yeah.
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 All right. No phone before bed. He leaves it all the way across his room charging and reads instead for 20 minutes to make himself tired if he needs it.
I think that's probably pretty good, but I use my phone for an alarm. So if I did that, well, actually, that might work too, because then I'd have to get up.
You got to get out of bed. No
Mhm.
snoozing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fall asleep in 2 minutes. He has a process for doing this in which he relaxes all of his facial muscles, then his legs muscles, and on as needed. I think this just bores him to death and he falls asleep.
Right.
But he says he's usually asleep by the time he gets to his legs. Not working.
Mhm.
Mayo Clinic says if you have worries on your mind, it's best to write them down to get them off your mind before you go to bed. Now, that's a unique idea.
Great. Then you can roll over and read them in the morning. Remind yourself of them.
Well, or if you're stressing out about all the stuff you have to do tomorrow, write
Yeah.
it down, create a plan, then go to bed.
That's actually probably a pretty good idea. Probably helps you organize your day.
blackout curtains. They say they're one of the most bang for your buck things that you can do to massively increase your quality of sleep. I should keep my curtains drawn in the bedroom because I don't. And then the sun comes up and wakes me up. And sometimes maybe I've done like Chuck and drank too much coffee the night before and stayed up late. And the sun, once the sun hits me in the face and wakes me up, I'm done. Even if I've only had 2 hours sleep, I'm up.
We do it because we don't have an air conditioner in our room. And it's a little leg that sticks out. And the sun hits one side in the morning and rotates all around our bedroom throughout the day.
Like an oven.
Oh man, we have pull down blinds and blackout curtains and little insulating layer just to keep the heat out because it'll get 120 degrees in there if it's 80 degrees out. It's awful.
Speaking of temperature, studies have shown the best temperature for sleep is far below room temperature at 66 degrees Fahrenheit due to the body's core temperature dropping as we sleep. So we make sure his bedroom is at that temperature.
Oh yeah. Plus, you get so cozy under those blankies when it's cold in the room. Yeah.
It is. He says physical alarm clock. This makes it harder for him to snooze or turn off the alarm if he used to have set it on his phone when he wakes up in the morning. So he's saying an actual alarm clock you got to get up and shut off. Kind of like I think putting the phone on the other side of the room is a good one because by the time you get up, walk across the room, shut off your phone, it's ruined it. It's not like you could just snooze and roll over. You actually had to get up out of bed. Chances are you're probably going to stay awake. My guess, anyway.
I've seen this one alarm clock where it's two great big wheels on either side of the clock. And when the alarm clock goes off, those wheels just go. And it hits things and it bounces off and switches directions, rolls under your bed. You got to chase that thing around your room, and it's fast. You got to chase it around your room like a mouse to get that thing to shut off. And it's really annoying and really loud. No, that's effective.
Be like a box of Legos suspended, in a box with a trap door by a string, and it goes off, and the Legos drop on your head. You're up.
Oh man! Until they go on the floor, and you have to stand up out of bed and step on one.
Yeah, you're up. Either way. All right.
Oh,
Here comes Chuck with things it takes most of us 50 years to learn that Chuck already knows.
Mm-hmm. The terribleness of a movie is directly proportional to the number of helicopters in it. I don't know. You ever seen an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Pretty good stuff. Yep. You'll never find anybody who can sing a clear and compelling reason or give you a clear and compelling reason why we observe daylight saving time.
That is true.
That is true. They're really, I love the Native American saying that only certain people would cut the end of a blanket off one end and sew it to the other and call it a longer blanket. Yeah.
That's good. I never heard that one before.
You should never say anything unless a woman that even I can't even talk. You should never say anything to a woman that even remotely suggests you think she's pregnant unless you can see an actual baby emerging from her at that particular moment.
Wow.
An
actual baby. You ever had somebody do that to your significant other while you were standing there?
Not to my wife, but growing up, often to my mom. She had a figure on her that she was relatively thin. She was not overly big, but she had this big belly that was like a pretty pronounced round bump. And it really did. A lot of times she did look like she had a baby bump. And I had people all the time. So when you're going to have a baby brother or sister? Like, no, I'm not.
I used to have a significant other that happened to quite a bit. And you would think they could see the cringing look on my face as they're asking the question, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason why I was so cringed and so upset is because I was going to have to hear about it for the next 2 hours. Great. You ask the question that causes problems and get to walk away. I have to keep listening to it over and over and over.
Especially if you're one of those people that'll put your hands on the baby bump without permission. Oh, when you do and start rubbing your belly. I couldn't even get you imagine.
What if it was one of your friends, huh? What if the shoe was on the other foot? I'd go barefoot!
Yeah, see, like that.
Mm-hmm. This
one is finish him off, Chuck.
This one's absolutely true, and you got to really be careful with this. The most powerful force in the universe is gossip. Careful what you say and who you say it to, for sure. The one thing that unites all human beings, regardless of age, gender, religion, economic status, or ethnic background, is that deep down inside feeling that we all believe we are above average drivers.
Okay.
The laws of average say that's not true.
All right.
There comes a time when you should stop expecting other people to make a big deal about your birthday. That time is 11.
Some people do. They want this like big. I want to be honored for my birthday. They didn't pay enough attention to me on my birthday. I didn't get what I wanted for my birthday.
It's my birthday week. Yeah.
Yeah. How old are you?
Yeah. People who want to share your religious views with you almost never want you to share yours with them.
I am here to talk, and you are here to listen.
I think Dame Judi Dench said it best. Her views on religion. I can't say it on the radio, but you can Google it.
Okay.
So if you had to identify in one word the reason why human race will never achieve its full potential, that word would be meetings.
It's true.
Meetings. And the last one here, absolutely nobody cares if you can't dance. Just get up and do it.
Chuck.
Just do it. Exactly.
Are you a dancer, Chuck?
You know, at times in my life I haven't, but recently I am.
Okay.
Recently I am. I'll just randomly dance. I'll be in the grocery store dancing, and people will smile and laugh at me.
For your children.
And
It's
I
so embarrassing for
I
your
just
children.
wave. Oh no, my kids will do it with me.
Oh, good.
Oh
good.
yeah.
Mine
We'll
won't.
dance.
Oh, no, they're horribly embarrassed. All right. What bathroom personality are you, Chuck? All right. I'm going to give you a couple quick ones here. King of the Throne. This guy takes his time in the bathroom, often prolonging the experience by incorporating reading materials or a smartphone. Ew. So disgusting.
I hate it when you forget your phone. You have to read the shampoo bottle.
Okay. I'll give you them all, and then you tell me which one you are.
Okay.
The lavatory linguist. This chatty Cathy treats the restroom like a phone booth, using it for long conversations by voice and text.
That's one thing where I draw the line. I'll text, I'll surf, but I will not have a conversation with someone sitting on the toilet.
Discreet diva. The diva takes a zen, escapist approach to the bathroom, using toilet time to preen, and let her mind drift away from the pressures of the world. The time the diva spends in the bathroom and grooming she does there is an integral part of her day and her mechanism for dealing with the demands of her life.
Not me.
Bathroom bumbler. This sounds like it could be me. This person sometimes keeps his head in the clouds so long that he forgets to help maintain the order of the bathroom, leaving tasks like replacing soap in the shower and changing empty roll of toilet papers to others. This person is usually someone who's had the benefit of others caring for him throughout his life, like a child, and as a result, sometimes forget to make matters into his own hands when it comes to cleaning up. You ever had a roommate like that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been told by my wife at times I am that person. I don't know.
Bathroom businessman. This busy guy wastes no time as far as the bathroom is concerned, preferring to go in, do his business, and leave. Often a neat freak, the cleanliness of his bathroom is without equal. The approach to the bathroom, treating it as if it's almost an intrusion upon his daily routine, signifies a need to identify and deal with his stresses in life. So, Chuck, are you the bathroom businessman, the bathroom bumbler, a discreet diva, a lavatory linguist, or king of the throne?
I'm gonna go with King of the Throne. The nothing about the bathroom businessman describes me.
Okay.
Absolutely not one bit of that. But you know what? With kids and 4 dogs and everything, that's man, that's my quiet place.
That's so creepy. I'm in and out. Get me in and out of there as fast as you can.
You're a businessman.
Yeah, not a place I want to hang out. I got other things to do. All right, Chuck, it's time for your choice. Do you want trivia questions or do you want to find out some industry secrets?
You know what? Let's do trivia. These are really long. We got to get to our break.
Okay.
Yeah.
He chose trivia.
I did.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Yeah, the guy that chose trivia.
That's a lot of reading, and I'm feeling
Ask
lazy
you a bunch
this
of
morning.
questions. You want to have them answered immediately.
If you don't get these right, it's all your fault, Chuck.
Always.
Okay.
It's your fault
First
for asking
trivia-
bad questions.
No, because
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
just remember, Chuck, you chose this.
Someday I need to quiz you, Scott.
No, that's not happening. I'm the everlasting know-it-all.
One of these days I'll make up my own quiz that you can't read, and I'll read them to you.
Oh, I like the one you gave me yesterday where none of the answers were wrong.
Yeah.
That's perfect for me. I'm going to have the appearance of being smart. Don't throw me under the bus. All right. If you lose one of these, Chuck, it'll take about 4 to 8 weeks to grow back. What is it?
A toenail or a fingernail?
No.
No. If you lose one, is it an eyelash or a hair?
It is an eyelash.
There you go.
Waiting for this one to come back. It just won't. All right. Worldwide, there are approximately 125 million of these type of people.
125 million?
Yes.
Is it a behavior or some sort of identifiable feature?
It's an identifiable feature that you're very familiar with.
Bald people?
Not that familiar.
Okay.
More familiar than that.
Is it more familiar than being bald?
I mean, this is so familiar to you. It's right next to you.
The drink coffee?
No, not in the room. Just in your life. In your life. Worldwide, there are approximately 125 million of these types of people.
My first thought was have a dog, but that's not enough people for that.
It's close to you, Chuck. It's so close to you.
But not right now.
But not right now. It will be when you go home.
They.
Oh man, they're gonna kick your butt when you get home.
They have kids. More people than that have kids.
Worldwide, there are approximately 125 million sets of twins.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
And the reason why they're right next to you, Chuck, is because they're your kids.
I was gonna say there's one that's just usually in her bedroom all day, so I don't.
Whatever.
We never see her. She's 7.
Remember,
she's a
you
teenager.
chose this.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
Teenagers have that age. You don't see them between 14 and 18, and then they come back. Hey, Dad, did you get some money? Yeah.
Regardless of your memory lapse, they're still your children.
Right.
Okay. Well, they were gone. I didn't know they were coming back. Gee.
Haven't seen her in a week. I didn't know she was still here.
I can't still be responsible. What's special about the word subcontinental?
Subcontinental.
You'd have to look at the way it's spelt. I'll just tell you that.
Is it in sets of 3? No, subcontinental. I'm at a loss here.
You have to be a wordologist for this one. All the vowels in subcontinental are in reverse order.
Oh, yes, they are.
I thought you might get it. I was holding out hope for you, and it didn't work. Okay. All right. Spy the lie, Chuck. Okay. Multiple choice kind of thing. Young whale's called a calf. In billiards, number 1 ball is green. The sun burns 9 million tons of gas per second. Which one's a lie?
The number 9 ball is yellow. I'm going to go with the sun burning that much gas. No. Is the billiards not green?
Yeah, it's yellow.
Oh, is it yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a solid yellow. I was thinking the stripe.
Yeah.
The stripe yellow is 9.
Weren't you?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Want to play some pool later today?
Yeah, sure.
I'm pretty sure you're going to suck at it.
Yeah. You're probably right about that. Gosh, I don't think I've played pool in 15 years.
All right. I was a better pool player at 10 because my dad owned a bar. True story.
I did get really into it for a while. It was working construction, and we were working at a place for about 2 years that had a pool hall right next door. So that was where we took our lunch breaks, and we'd get off work and we'd go play pool and have a beer. Yeah, it was a daily thing. You're
not worried about it that I hung out in bars when I was 10?
No, because your family owned one. So
the amount of. But they still shouldn't have had me in there.
And back in those
stuff I saw growing up in that bar. I'm telling you.
That explains a lot about who you are, Scott.
Shut up, Wesley.
I meant a well-rounded, adjusted person. Scott.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
No, I would never. I would never.
Yes, you would. All right, history mystery, Chuck. Sopranos appeared. This is where you got to guess the year.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Sopranos premiered on HBO. Impeachment trial of President Bill Clinton ended with his acquittal by the U.S. Senate.
Mm-hmm.
The euro was introduced as the official currency of the European Union. The film The Matrix was released. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, was released. What year was it, Chuck?
1995.
Oh.
1996.
1996? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Let's try again.
94? Am I going the wrong way?
You're going the wrong way.
Was it 97? 98? It wasn't 99.
Yeah, it was.
Was it 99?
It was 99, yeah.
How in the I thought Bill Clinton got reelected after he was impeached.
No, I don't remember when he got impeached.
Oh wow. I thought he got reelected afterwards. Oh. Crazy.
Don't ever think it. It's just a radio show.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that out loud. Sorry. Overthink it.
Okay.
Another trivia question, Chuck.
All right.
First called Decoration Day. Today we know it as what? It's a holiday.
Decoration Day.
Just had it.
Just had it. It's not Easter.
No. Oh, we haven't had it yet. Sorry.
We haven't had it yet. Memorial Day?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yep. Let's see. Memorial Day established by Civil War Union veterans. Decoration Day was first celebrated at Arlington National Cemetery, 1868.
Oh, wow. Well, speaking of Decoration Day, there's something that we haven't been announcing when we do our local events really quick. Do you mind if we detour just a hair?
Okay.
So there is let me find it here. I'm trying to find it here if I can. I've got a temporary thing here.
It's all right. I need a coffee break, and the people at home probably do too.
Right? No, it's the decorations at the cemetery for Memorial Day.
Veterans. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a whole thing. I've got an email somewhere that has that all described. It's in our daily announcements that have been running. There's a whole bunch of the things here. Here I am just acting like an idiot. All right.
I'm just gonna leave you all hanging out there by yourself. Then.
Leave me hanging. Okay.
I got nothing to do with this. This is all Chuck.
This is the Memorial Day decorations flower placement at Chewelah Memorial Park Cemetery that begins the morning of May 22nd. The flowers must be removed by June 3rd. So that is coming up really soon. That's next week. I believe is that Monday? No, that's not quite Monday. But anyway, May 22nd must be removed by June 3rd for cemetery grounds maintenance. They ask that you do not take the flags placed by the VFW because they're going to reuse those.
All right. 22nd is next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Then the 3rd of June happens on the 3rd, which is a Monday.
There you
the 3rd happens on the 3rd, but it's a Monday. Okay,
there you go.
So almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, sorry for the diversion there, but I thought it was important we mentioned that.
All right. Good job. Spy the lie then, Chuck. This is your last one before we go to break.
Okay.
75% of married people say I love you at least once a day to their spouse. In the 16th through 18th centuries, the trombone was called the sackbut. What's he playing? It's that old sackbut. And he's not actually playing it.
Oh, I hope that's true.
And the U.S. has over 160. The U.S. has over 67,000 bridges. Which one's a lie?
You know what? I want it to be true, but I got to go with the sax butt.
It's true, Chuck.
Good. Yes.
So happy that you're wrong. I get it.
Yes.
All right. Any second choices there?
What was the for 70% say I love you every day?
75% of people say I love you at least once a day to their house, their spouse.
Their house. I love your house.
And the U.S. has just over 67,000 bridges.
I'm going to go with the bridges. I think
You're right.
Okay.
Way undercounted there. It's 607,000 bridges across the United States.
Holy cow.
Even though 67,000 sounds like a lot, but yeah, well over 600,000 bridges in the United States. And yay for us, because 75% of married people say I love you at least once a day to your spouse, as you should.
That's pretty comforting. I mean, that's a respectable number.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Something you shouldn't skip on any day.
No. And I always something in our house that was growing up, instilled in us growing up. I always say I love you to the people that you love every day, because you never know when you might not get the chance to do it again.
It's true.
So
it's true.
Yep. Always let them know.
It's true. All right. When we come back today, we're going to have local birthdays all the way through the weekend. That's a reminder, Chuck. All the way through the weekend. Yeah. We're also going to maybe cover some movies coming out this weekend. We'll let you know if there's anything new or anything that looks good, at least to us. Mm-hmm. And we wrap it all up with the odd news. And like as I was saying during the start of this section here, is 8 wacky news stories today. Apparently people were crazy yesterday. Stay right here. It's Northern Lights Public Radio. It's KCHW 102.7.
What if it was one of your friends, huh? What if the shoe was on the other foot? I'd go barefoot!
Do you realize that because of you, this city is being overrun by baboons?
Well, isn't that the fault of the voters? Have a cocktail.
I don't care for any.
I said have a cocktail.
I guess you want to have a cocktail.
It's 8:22.
Programming on KCHW is made possible in part by listeners like you and by
Country Chevrolet. Country Chevrolet, located at 880 South Main Street in Colville, is a full-service Chevrolet dealership, offering a wide range of new and pre-owned vehicles with at-home mobile test drive service available. In addition, Country Chevrolet also offers maintenance and service, vehicle rentals, and full auto detailing. More information is available at countrychevy.com or by calling 509-684-8400. KCHW would like to thank Country Chevrolet for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, May the 17th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Daniel Perry, a former U.S. Army sergeant who was convicted of murdering a protester at a Black Lives Matter rally in 2020, was released from prison Thursday after he was pardoned by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. That from CNN. They report Abbott's decision comes after the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles voted unanimously Thursday to recommend a full pardon and restoration of firearms rights for Perry, who was sentenced last year to 25 years in prison. And this week, Ohio approved adult-use marijuana sales as part of a 2023 ballot measure, with sales anticipated to start in mid-June.
Ohioans age 21 and over can now legally purchase marijuana across the state. In December, a law was enacted allowing people to grow and possess marijuana, but with no legal avenues to purchase it. Governor Mike DeWine and some Republicans sought swift action to prevent black market sales. Jim Canapa oversees the Division of Cannabis Control in the Ohio Department of Commerce. He says after years of experience in liquor control, his role is to fairly and responsibly permit folks who grow, possess, sell, and test cannabis.
My focus right now is really on coming up with the rules that are required and set forth and the timeline set forth in the initiated statute. They're June 7th to have the applications ready and September 7th to start issuing permits.
The Joint Committee on Agency Rule Review approved the rules without objection, enabling a dual licensing program for existing medical marijuana dispensaries to also sell non-medical cannabis products. Farah Siddiqui reporting.
The new legislation allows for people aged 21 and older to buy and possess up to 2.5 ounces of cannabis or 15 grams of cannabis extract. It also allows for the home cultivation of up to 6 plants for personal use. And workforce watchers project the country could face critical worker shortages in many of these skilled trades in the coming years. The Nebraska Winnebago tribe is taking a proactive approach to the issue, as Deborah Van Vliet explains.
Its apprenticeship program helps high school juniors and seniors learn skills while helping the community build its skilled workforce. It's a collaboration between Ho-Chunk Inc., Winnebago High School, the Winnebago Tribe Education Department, and local businesses. Willie Bass with Ho-Chunk Inc. says tribal leaders realized they needed programs for their youth who might not pursue higher education.
This program was intended to get students interested in a foot in the door in the fields of construction, IT, nursing, education, etc. Any of those sort of technical related careers.
Bass explains the students earn credits for spending 2 hours at their work site 4 days a week.
Winnebago's population has increased 30% in the past 8 years. This is Public News Service. Next to Virginia, where a new rule from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission could improve the state's electric grid transmission capacity. It requires utilities and grid operators to plan 20 years ahead to accommodate expected changes in energy production.
The rule is designed to help Virginia meet the high energy demands of the growing data center market and prevent service disruptions in extreme weather. Nick Guidi with the Southern Environmental Law Center says this rule will help the state reach its climate goals.
For the first time, really, in a lot of these states, the transmission planning process will have to explicitly take into account state goals and corporate clean energy goals. That hasn't really happened before.
He adds the current process holds back state activity. The rule faces sharp criticism from FERC Commissioner Mark Christie. He characterizes it as a way to enact policies never passed by Congress and calls it a blatant violation of the major questions doctrine. Guidi thinks this could lead to legal challenges. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
And surrounded by states that ban nearly all abortions, its legalization in New Mexico has made the state a top place to travel for the procedure.
Results from a coalition of civil rights groups finds that women of color say politicians who want to earn their vote need to focus on reproductive justice, plus the issues of affordable health care, gun violence prevention, and racism. Lupe Rodriguez leads the National Latina Institute for Reproductive Justice.
With Latinas and other women of color, we've seen their power as a voting bloc on this issue in recent elections. And voters of color, and including Latinos, are rejecting abortion bans and attacks on their freedom.
The poll found nearly 9 in 10 women of color say voting in the 2024 election is extremely or very important. I'm Roz Brown.
Over a 15-month period ending in June 2023, the Institute found the number of abortions in New Mexico increased by 220%, with many patients coming from Texas, where it's mostly banned. And finally, more than 1 million people in North Carolina are diabetic. They have become increasingly worried about the national shortage of insulin. Jessica Lynn Lato of Charlotte was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the age of 28 during pregnancy. She has seen firsthand the challenges the insulin shortage created.
We typically are prescribed 10 milliliter vials. Some people were being prescribed 3 milliliter vials. Other people were being prescribed insulin pens, or altogether having the type of insulin they use changed to a different brand.
Advocates emphasize the urgent need for transparency about the causes of the current insulin shortage. This is Mike Clifford, and thank you for wrapping up your week with Public News Service, member and listener supported. Hear us on great radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Good morning. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. We are back with myself, Chuck, and Scott. After our break, back with some new stuff. How you doing, Scott? Oh, we can't hear you, Scott. Your microphone's off.
No, it wasn't me.
It was you. It was
me. It was me. All right. Yeah, we're back mostly. And excited to take you into the weekend with some goodies. And we're going to start off with those local birthdays all the way through the weekend.
I have those right here. So today we have Caden Chalmers, Max. It just says Max.
All right, Max.
Did somebody put their dog's birthday on here?
It kind of sounds like it, doesn't it?
I think that would be great.
Yeah.
We should totally have done that. It's Laura Berger, Philip Dutton, and Lynn and Annalise Hume have an anniversary today.
All right.
Then on Saturday, it is Brenton Harding, Andrew Smith, Jim Caruso from the city. We all know him. And then we have on Sunday, Donna Husby and Kevin and Julie Shalak have an anniversary. And then Monday, being Memorial Day, we're going to take the day off the radio station on Monday. Well, actually, we don't have the morning show anyway, but I think I'm going to can I take the day off for Memorial Day? Is that a thing I can do? We'll figure that out.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. I mean, somebody's got to.
I just saw somebody moving behind you.
Somebody's get the. Oh, that's my wife. She just got back from the chamber meeting. She came by to give me some updates, and I think we do have this unspoken rule, or is it even a spoken rule? If you're in the studio during the morning show, you have to get in front of a microphone. Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, Laura. Hello.
She can't hear you. I have my headphones on. But
I couldn't see who it was. I was just worried you had another bear behind you, and I was trying to warn you.
Oh, I turned around and she's gone. Poof, like magic.
Oh, that fast. She knows how evil I am.
she heard being on the radio and she's gone.
Here's this is for your wife.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
Chicken.
Although, she does a lot of cool stuff, and it's been, how long have I been on the morning show? And she, other than the very first time we were on the morning show when we opened the Makerspace, she hasn't been on the morning show with us.
Oh, you should change that.
Not once.
You should do a husband and wife morning show.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Maybe she could join Sharon and we could talk about local stuff.
You can start on Monday since I'm not going to give it to you off.
There you go.
I'm kidding.
I don't know.
Right. You should bring her on. I think she would do really well.
Sometimes we get so busy doing things, the term the Chuck and Laura show gets thrown around a little bit sometimes. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
So you could take over the radio too and just double up.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't do it on purpose. We just like doing cool stuff. So,
yeah.
There's
that's
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're very community oriented. There you go.
That's right.
All right.
And she's
Celebrity
much smarter than
birthdays
I am, so she just is always there to make me not look like an idiot.
Good job.
Yeah.
Everybody needs one of those.
Right?
All right. I can think a couple of people who need them. Boxing legend Sugar Ray Leonard turning 68 today. Sportscaster Jim Nance 65.
Mm-hmm.
Craig Ferguson, I think he's hilarious from the Late Show.
Him.
And the Drew Carey Show 62. Hill Harper from CSI 58. Kate Foster from CSI Vegas is 46. Derek Hugh from Dancing with the Stars 39. Nikki Reed from Twilight 36. Looking ahead into the weekend. Let's see. Saturday, Baseball Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson 78. Country singer George Strait 72.
Wow.
Chow Yun Fat from Anna and the King and the Replacement Killers. That's a good movie. 69. Tina Fey, 30 Rock, Saturday Night Live, 54. Big stars on Saturday. Reality star Teresa Giudice, 52. And Violet Bean from The Flash is 28. And on Sunday, and we'll wrap it up right there, celebrity birthdays musically, Pete Townsend from The Who, turning 79.
Very cool.
Singer, actor, model Grace Jones, 76. Reality star Kim Zolciak, 46. Don't know who that is.
Nope.
Dancer, singer, YouTuber Joja Siwa is 21. She's been trying to reinvent herself. It's not working.
But she did that bizarre interview where nobody's ever done this before. What I'm doing is revolution. Did you see that?
Yes, claiming that she created gay pop and made people mad.
Yeah.
All right.
She's an interesting girl.
I think she's been messed up by her parents since
Right.
she started really young. TV personality David Hartman, 89, and wrapping it up with a personal favorite, Michael Che from Saturday Night Live, 41. Him and Colin Jost do the weekend review on Saturday
my
Night
goodness.
Live for what, a decade now? They are so good together.
Have you? They write jokes for each other. They're not allowed to read until they're live on the air, and then they have to read them out loud. And the stuff Michael Che makes Colin Jost read.
It's always
just-
because if you've never watched the show,
Oh.
Colin Jost is it looks like every white boy.
Yeah, he's like the whitest white guy alive.
Yeah.
Michael Che writes the most racist jokes for him to read.
He does. He
live.
does.
It's
Oh,
horrible.
it's awesome.
Well, yeah, but Colin Jost did manage to marry Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Round of applause there.
I believe they actually met
And
while
the
she
big
was
thing is,
I believe they actually met while she was a guest on the show.
yeah. And the scary thing is he's still working.
I know, right?
Which she gets, she's definitely the breadwinner in that family.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do, since we're going to do movies today, let's skip history today.
Okay.
Chuck, and can you just take us through the weekends, goofy holidays, and special events?
Yeah, there's a bunch for today. It's Endangered Species Day, International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, and Transphobia, International Virtual Assistance Day, NASCAR Day, Vroom Vroom, Bike to Work Day, Cherry Cobbler Day, Mushroom Hunting Day, Pack Rat Day, Pinot Grigio Day, Pizza Party Day, Walnut Day, and Shades Day. Going back to that mushroom hunting day, the morels are in season right now. People are out picking them like crazy. Seen them out there.
Yeah, I ate the wrong one once while hunting mushrooms, and I disappeared for 3 days.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those. Then
I was so sick. So eat the right mushroom. That's all I got to say.
Then over the weekend, we have Saturday's Armed Forces Day. Preakness Stakes? What is that?
That is a horse race.
Oh, that sounded like a horse race with a nonsensical name that doesn't make sense.
Remember the horse in the backyard you thought was a bad guy?
That's right. He was a racer. World Fiddle Day, World Whiskey Day. So have a little whiskey while you're doing your fiddling. Astronomy Day, Culture Freedom Day, HIV Vaccine Awareness Day. I Love Rhesus Day. Ooh. International Museum Day, Cheese Souffle Day, Learn to Swim Day, River Cleanup Day, Speech Pathologist Day, Visit Your Relatives Day, and No Dirty Dishes Day.
So when I saw the World Fiddle Day,
Mhm.
I know they're talking about fiddles, as in, a fiddle like a violin, but they sell these things around here. They'll start in a couple weeks here in Maine. It's some kind of weed that grows. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. They call them fiddleheads.
Yeah, like fiddlehead ferns.
And people will, they'll be lined up along the highways here. Everybody's selling fiddleheads. It's just a couple weeks away. And they look disgusting.
They are absolutely delicious. They have the texture of asparagus with the flavor of like a sweet pea.
Huh.
Yeah, they're actually really, really good.
I'm just going to go ahead and include those on my ban on vegetables. Thank you.
Should I do Sunday or do you want to move on?
Just do Sunday,
Okay,
yeah.
it's a pretty short list on Sunday. It's Accounting Day, Boys Club Day, Celebrate Your Elected Officials Day, Devil's Food Cake Day, Hepatitis Testing Day, Stepmother's Day, World Baking Day, and World Family Doctor Day.
Those just don't seem as fun as
No.
the ones on Saturday. That's all I'm saying.
I hope I didn't read those too fast for people to understand, but there were a lot, and I wanted to just get through them. So
Kind of boring.
yeah.
Number of the day, 3.5 billion. And that's the hangers that end up in American landfills each year. Hangers.
Hangers.
Plastic hangers.
No wire hangers.
Ever.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to movies for your weekend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So starting off, we mentioned it earlier on the show. It is one with Ryan Reynolds, where a child can see and talk to people's imaginary friends, befriending those that have been forgotten or discarded.
Oh.
What if everybody's imaginary friends were real?
There was, I don't know if you're familiar with the show Supernatural. I don't know if you've ever watched it. Goofy show, silly show. There was an episode about people's childhood imaginary friends and how it's a whole network of this underground supernatural beings. One of those episodes where you're watching it and you're like, this is the dumbest, silliest thing ever, but why do I love it so much? And why is this show making me cry? It's just this weird mix of what in the world am I watching and why is it so sad?
Yeah. That's like, I don't know, it's gotten really bad, but the first couple seasons of Supergirl, I think that was on the CW. And I ended up watching one, and I kind of like superhero stuff, but I've gotten burned out on it too. But whoever wrote, it was like every episode was, because she's like the all-American girl, and she's, does really well portraying a wholesome girl.
Right.
It has this Little House on the Prairie feel to it. And the first couple years, and I'm saying they've changed writers, obviously, they could make you cry every episode for Supergirl. I mean, it was like embarrassing that I was watching it. Now it's embarrassing that I'm crying. Scott, the only guy who cries during Supergirl.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's okay. All right.
Sometimes the dumbest things make me cry. I'm a weirdo, but we all knew that.
All right, next movie, Chuck, if you're playing along
Yeah,
with
I
me.
am. So The Strangers, Chapter 1. This follows Petch, who drives cross-country with her longtime boyfriend to get a new life in the Pacific Northwest in Chihuahua, Washington. No, just the Pacific Northwest. Only to face terrifying dangers.
Ooh, like Sasquatch?
Yeah, Sasquatch. And Chihuahua.
Perhaps a leg cramp and
Right.
a bear.
Right.
Okay. All right. Back to Black. This is in theaters. An Amy Winehouse biopic focusing on her rise to international fame and her untimely death from alcohol poisoning back in 2011.
That's a pretty. The whole thing is a pretty tragic story, and I was not an Amy Winehouse fan until after her death, and then I started listening to her music, and I'm like, oh my goodness, she was really
brilliant.
truly amazing. Almost right up there with Janis Joplin sort of vibe, sort of talent level. Pretty much same backstory as well. So poor thing. Same age, 27. Hit that 27 curse. Thelma the Unicorn.
You're not going to miss this one, are you?
Oh no, I am not. After wishing to become a unicorn, Thelma the Pony rises to instant international pop superstar stardom, but finds that fame isn't all it's cracked up to be.
All right. Great for if you have some kids that are in love with unicorns. The other thing you want to do is go onto Amazon and buy one of those spam cans of unicorn. Just saying.
Yeah. And I got to say, this feels like a good one to take the kids to the drive-in to see if they're going to have it. There's something about a goofy, silly movie at the drive-in that's just perfect.
Always fun.
So, yeah.
All right. Last one, Power, a documentary exploring the history and evolution of American policing, examining its expansion and impact on society. You can decide whether it's good or bad.
And we do have some local sort of stories about movies. So there is a movie called something about trains. I can't remember exactly what it is now. This is the working title. I don't want to give too much away. I don't have anything to do with it, but I know yesterday, William H. Macy was spotted at the Chihuahua Safeway. They have a film crew, I believe Felicity Jones, and another gentleman. He played Uncle Ben in the newer Star Wars movies, the younger Uncle Ben. They're all here in town filming a major motion picture.
In Chihuahua?
Yeah, they've been working on it in Spokane for a while, and they've been spotted. They're staying nearby. I'm not going to say which hotel, but they're filming between here and Colville, an actual major motion picture.
Very cool.
Yeah, which is really neat.
Surprised you didn't run down, try to be an extra.
Joe Wazinski has been in it.
I knew it.
Joel Edgerton. Joel Edgerton is the actor's name, and Joe was actually in a scene with Joel Edgerton.
Nice. Yep. He's always done that and been good at getting on an extras. He was in Z Nation several times. Got to play a dead bus driver. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Last entertainment story. Tom Selleck confirms season 15 of Blue Bloods. He's revealed that the final 8 episodes of Blue Bloods will mark the show's 15th season, not the conclusion of its 14th season as previously believed. It was a story last week. He also promises that he is going to continue and try to bilk the elderly with reverse mortgages. Yeah, he's going to keep doing that too.
Oh, I hate that guy.
I do.
All those years you thought you could trust that mustache.
Oh, no. Let's see. Let's try this one.
Catch you off with a warning.
Uh-oh.
Step aside.
Oh, it's too quiet. I'm so sorry. Forget I played that button.
That's okay. Sometimes, Mr. Selleck, you just have to tell your agent no.
It's not like you need the money.
Right.
Why would you do something that bilks the elderly? You don't need the money. And elderly people have a thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's embarrassing. It bothers me. I can't quit talking about it.
It's the trust dash, you know?
He's broken the sacred trust dash.
He has. He has.
Have some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
I want to set it on fire.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
It's a 10 alarm fire. We're going to need every fire truck in the county. Tom Selleck's mustache is on fire.
It's the largest national disaster we've ever seen.
But due to his bilking of the elderly, we've decided to let it burn.
Oh.
Horrible.
So far today, 10,000 acres of mustache have already burned. This first story here, I had to read this a couple times to be sure, and the first part of this story is true.
Okay, you're talking about news attack. First sentence always true. Second sentence not so much.
And this one, I have a hard time believing this first one is true, but it is China, so maybe in China, citizens caught eating on the subway have their credit scores lowered. I mean, that does make sense. But, if you wipe your mouth with their sleeve, you can forget about ever getting that car loan.
Yeah, they punish you for weird social faux pas in China.
I mean, eating on the subway, that does seem really, really gross.
Yeah. Like eating in the bathroom.
Well, and I guess they're so overpopulated. Trying to keep diseases down is probably the reason why, maybe?
Could be.
I don't know. Okay.
Researchers say the bed bugs survived the cataclysmic event that destroyed the dinosaurs. I'd rather have the dinosaurs around. Having a dinosaur problem at my house isn't nearly as embarrassing. I got bed bugs. No, wait a minute. I got dinosaurs.
It's so bad because it's not your fault. Sometimes these things happen. Luckily I've never had to deal with them, but it's such a thing. Like you wouldn't ever want to admit to people that you've had bed bugs. And I got to admit, I used to do property management for a property management company. I used to do maintenance, going into some apartments, some generally not so clean, problems with bed bugs. I used to have, when I was doing that, I had a back door entrance that led straight to the laundry room. I would come home, I would go, every time I worked in certain apartments, I would come around to the back door, strip my clothes off right there in the laundry room and change clothes and then head into the shower immediately after coming home from work before going into the rest of my house.
You have to do that kind of stuff in property management and maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
We had a thing when I did it where you couldn't come back in the office after you've been in a vacated home that had a pet because you would inadvertently be covered in fleas. Because fleas is a problem in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and checked out one house. I was all excited to get it back into inventory. And I came in and the secretary said, did you check yourself? And I said, no, they didn't have any animals. She goes, yeah, they had a dog. And I picked up my pant leg. I had white socks on, covered in fleas. Immediately ran out, but our office 2 weeks later infested with fleas anyways. Yeah, nasty.
I once was cleaning out a place a couple weeks after no one had been there. Didn't really think much of it. Was walking in. It was in a rural area outside of town. Walked in and thought I had been walking into spider webs. My legs were a little tickly. I looked down and solid black like socks from about mid-calf down. Just, you couldn't even see my shoes. You couldn't see my socks. I immediately ran outside. It actually, the shock of it actually made me sick. It was really, 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 I didn't need to say that over the air, but it was really disturbing.
Wow.
I've never experienced anything like that. It was so bad. Yeah.
All right, Flea Boy, you're up.
Okay. A study found that people who make it to 100 are happier than people in their 60s and 70s. That's because unlike people in their 60s and 70s, people who are turning 100 are probably only a year or two away from paying off those student loans.
I just paid off my house. I'm 99.
I luckily got mine
also,
paid off.
Study,
yeah.
In another study, they found that people who make it to 100 are happier than people in their 60s and 70s. Of course they are. They outlived all the in-laws.
Ooh, this next one, a new survey found that happiest people are older male Republicans. Specifically, those who are kickers for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Doctors are warning that the loud sounds of summer can damage one's hearing. Great. Perfect excuse not to cut my grass. Loud sound of summer. Yeah.
Unless you have an electric lawnmower. Not so loud. Not so loud. Scientists are saying that to get an extra 14 years of life, don't smoke, eat lots of fruits and vegetables, exercise regularly, and drink alcohol in moderation. That kind of sounds like just an early death to me.
Chuck?
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't know.
Survey 5. What?
Oh, I was going to say, the smoking and drinking alcohol in moderation, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Survey of Americans find 68% think Joe Biden is more physically fit than Donald Trump. Huh. Mm-hmm. I guess we'll know for sure when they participate in the coming CNN cage match.
Sunday.
Slow-moving cage, the slowest moving cage match ever. All right. Biden has tried to do a roundhouse kick. He's down. It looks like he snapped his hip. Now, Trump's trying to jump on him. He fell.
Oh, Biden is crushed.
Oh, no,
Biden is crushed.
Both their hips are broken, ladies and gentlemen.
I do think in a cage match, I do think Trump could take Biden.
Yeah.
I think physically he would just sort of overpower him.
Mow him down.
I think he would.
Yeah, like a tanker truck and just fall on him and lay there. The guy ain't going nowhere.
Yep. And either that or he would just yell at him nonsensically enough to confuse Joe Biden enough to sneak around behind him and fall on him. Yeah.
All righty then. We move into Wacky But True. We don't add anything to these stories but a television or a movie sound effect because the idiocy is totally self-contained and Chuck gets to go again.
So Esteban Prado of Fountain, California. That sounds really like a really fancy name. He should be a fashion designer or something with that name. Yeah. So he trained hard for the Orange County Marathon, and the training did pay off. He crossed the finish line first, but he didn't win. The race director said we were forced to disqualify a participant after it was confirmed he received unauthorized assistance from an individual on a bicycle. Wow. This is in violation of the USA track and field rules and our race regulations. Prado said he wasn't aware of the rule banning runners from getting water from anywhere except official hydration stations. So he didn't realize getting a cup of water from his father was illegal. And he had a good reason to take that water because I was the first place. A lot of the volunteers were just like scrambling and had no water to provide. Jason Yang, who came in 17 seconds behind Prado, was declared the winner.
Ooh.
That's really crappy. He got a cup of water from his dad when all the other race volunteers weren't ready because he was so fast.
Wow. I like the way that sounds. I think we're going to change one of our monikers from the music education station to the hydration station.
I like that. KCHW, your hydration station.
All right. Luckily, I have a live clip.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to what has become quite simply the biggest event in the history of racing.
There's a lot more to racing than just winning.
Oh, no, that's some heavy-duty armpit saturation. That's an early warning sign of the dehydration. You got to have H2O.
Oh, this whole place sucks. That's right, it sucks.
You and the hotshot kid over there, now that he's lost the race, I guess you'd be leaving town.
Oh, Johnny, darling, you must be exhausted. Breaking out of prison, racing here in the nick of time, and saving your brother's life.
Next week, a strange story of other worlds. The story of the lost race.
You're drinking the wrong water.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Gatorade.
H2O.
Do you lose as gracefully as you win?
I wouldn't know. I've never lost.
Well, now you have.
But did it have electrolytes?
Yeah.
No.
Gatorade. It's, Miami Beach, Florida. Wow. Police have a new cruiser. It's a Rolls-Royce Ghost.
What?
Yes. Police have a new cruiser, a Rolls-Royce Ghost. They say no tax money was used for the car. It's sponsored by a local luxury car dealer who will pay all costs associated with the Rolls-Royce police car.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll allow
Department's
it.
going to use the Rolls as part of their new officer recruitment process. And I've got a clip on this one, too.
I want the city to pay for it all!
What kind of car, Miller?
Something with reclining leather seats that goes really fast and gets really gas mileage!
Rolls-Royce Phantom 2. 4.3 liter, 30 horsepower, 6-cylinder engine with Stromberg downdraft carburetor can go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 12.5 seconds.
It's got cop tires, cop suspension, cop shocks.
Stop! Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
And that's what you say when you get pulled over.
You know, I kind of actually like that. I think that's a great community interaction with the car dealer and great press. And I mean, who wouldn't want to be a cop if you get to drive around in a Rolls Royce?
Who wouldn't want to get pulled over by a cop in a Rolls Royce?
Right? I'd speed in front of him just to see the interior.
I don't know. Did you hear about that, though? 30 horsepower, 50 kilometers an hour, which is what? 100 kilometers an hour, which is what? 55 in 12 seconds?
Wow.
That's not fast
That's
at all.
not very fast at all, no.
No,
That's
horrible.
30 horsepower? What is it? Golf carts have more horsepower than that.
Yeah.
That's like one of those sidewalk vehicles. Wow. All right. So this family in South Africa thought their rude neighbors were using their pool while they were at work. Surveillance video revealed the intruders were baboons.
Ooh. She actually blamed her neighbor.
Do you realize that because of you, this city is being overrun by baboons?
Well, isn't that the fault of the voters?
I love that.
All right. A man in Croatia who robbed his local pizza place forgot one important element of a holdup, leaving the scene of the crime. After he ordered the staff at the restaurant to hand over a half dozen pizzas, he pulled out a knife and robbed them. But the lure of the pizzas proved too much for the man, who promptly sat down and began eating. Mm-hmm.
I would imagine he was intentionally getting himself caught.
I don't know, though. Sometimes I'll just sit here and have one slice and beat it before the cops get here.
I mean, you ever had that pizza, man, that's just so good? Yeah.
Can't leave. Yeah.
1 million space bucks! We'll be able to pay off Pizza the Hut!
You got 3 pizzas that haven't been eaten just sitting over there.
No. A pizza stuffed inside a turkey, the whole thing deep fried and dipped in chocolate.
On a sadder note, Pizza the Hut, famed half man, half pizza, was found dead earlier today in the backseat of his stretched limo.
He ate himself to death.
Pizza the Hut.
It's one of the finest films in American history.
Yes.
It actually truly is. Such a good movie. I'm going to divert again here for a second. I saw a really neat piece of trivia about that movie, Spaceballs, just yesterday. George Lucas and oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. You know the guy that did the movie.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, thank you. Mel Brooks actually contacted, because there's a lot of scenes in that film that are so close to Star Wars. They definitely would have gotten sued today. He actually got George Lucas's permission to do anything he wanted to spoof Star Wars, use anything from the movies as much as he possibly could. The only thing he wasn't allowed to do was sell merchandise for the movie. That's why that scene about merchandising was an inside joke to George Lucas about not being allowed to sell merchandising. And George Lucas knew about it. He was in on it. It was just a funny inside joke between the two of them.
Well, he's good-spirited, because he did the same thing with Family Guy. He let them roast all 3 original movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how could you? At this point, it seems almost just like a cultural thing more than intellectual property. So yeah.
And that they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So there you go.
Exactly. And if Mel Brooks wants to spoof your movie, by God, you let Mel Brooks spoof your movie.
Yeah. All right, I think the next one's yours, buddy.
Okay. So a Nashville woman was involved in a domestic altercation with her boyfriend while driving. The incident occurred when the boyfriend said the woman accused him of stealing her cigarettes while she was driving. Despite the boyfriend denying it, the woman became enraged, leading her to pull the car over the shoulder and the argument turning physical.
All right. A little more Spaceballs then.
Are you all right, sir? Well, are we stopped?
We're stopped, sir.
Good. Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break? Smoke if you got 'em.
He did steal them. I knew it.
Oh, I do love that movie so much. Okay, in Germany, restaurants... Oh, wait. Oh, I just did that last one. It's your turn.
No,
Okay.
You can steal it. Go
It's
ahead.
a short one. In Germany, a restaurant's chef hurled a piece of meat at his wife, but instead hit a customer on the side of the head. The chef was caused with charging bodily harm. No charge for the steak, though.
No. I think it might have been worse than that, Chuck.
Okay.
Oh, as I hold this cold meat, I'm reminded of Winston. God rest his soul.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh!
I have this tiny, little, a tiny chef who tells me what to do.
Oh.
Don't we all?
Yep, that tells you what to do. Okay.
Don't we all?
You're safe then. Let's see. Passengers on a New York-bound flight received an unexpected shower mid-flight when the air vents drenched them in some kind of thick mist of liquid.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. As passengers scrambled to stay warm, some resorted to removing wet clothes. Oh!
It's that kind of flight, huh?
Yeah. A pilot with a cool demeanor announced from the cockpit, "It appears to be raining in the cabin, ladies and gentlemen." Kind of went down like this.
Is this supposed to be water? It's wet, ain't it? Drink it.
Don't be nervous. Gosh, it's wet. It's cold, too.
Could be contaminated.
You did it again, didn't you? You left the water running, didn't you? What's wrong with you? Why do you do that? I told you not to do it.
I wet my bed until I was 19. There's no shame in that.
Ah, the sea. So mysterious, so beautiful, so wet.
This water's gross. Oh, should have a seat and a lid over it.
Drink it.
Should have a seat and a lid over it. That's my thing. I think that water was not water.
Right, right. This next one here, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous here. So Dr. Jordan Whitley is an Oklahoma chiropractor, and he says he got to work on his dream patient, understandably. Missy Nowell, a cattle rancher, brought in for Jerry one of her animals, who said he was having trouble chewing. Jerry is a giraffe.
Jerry Giraffe?
Yeah, Jerry the giraffe. Yeah. So Dr. Whitley got to stand on a platform at the animal's head level and the giant creature was happy to let him feel and adjust his neck. Jerry nuzzled Dr. Whitley as if to say thank you, and Nowell says Jerry is now chewing much better.
Oh.
He got to hug and snuggle with a giraffe, Scott.
I hope I don't ruin that for you.
But one time I wrestled a giraffe to the ground with my bare hands.
Not true, Dale. Hanson, could you round up Johnny Chimpo and Jerry Giraffe and Artie the alligator and bring them in for a lineup?
We crossed a racehorse with a giraffe. He's a cinch to win by a neck.
Now that was a giraffe.
Yeah.
That's great.
The fact that I was able to find a sound effect with Jerry Giraffe in it, thank you.
I bow down to you, sir. You are the king.
All right. Just wait.
You are truly the king.
All right. Passenger at an airport in Germany shocked the security staff when they asked him to remove his belt, and he took off his pants instead, and then walked through security gate in only his underwear before getting back in his pants on the other side of security. This is the first time that they haven't apprehended somebody for doing something like that.
Wow, they probably just stood there confused. Like, did he just take off his pants?
So, reactions from the crowd.
Mr. Underwear, was it?
Oh, yeah.
How could I forget?
I've been wearing the same underwear since Tuesday.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Holy underwear!
Yes, they were.
I hope they weren't holy.
Sure they were. And that wraps up your odd news, the Friday edition. Yay! Oh, on the radio tonight, it is Classic Rock Night, right, Chuck?
That's right. From 6 to 8 p.m. is Best Classic Rock and More with Old Man Mark. He brings out some really deep cuts and some great stuff. We've actually got a few comments about some of the music he's been playing.
Check it out.
Really, really just deep, deep stuff. 8 to 10 p.m. is the Psychedelic Era with The Hermit, and then sticking around for Days of Confusion with The Hermit from 10 to 11. I'm sorry, 8 to 10 was the Psychedelic Era, and then 10 to 11, Days of Confusion. There you go.
Lots of stuff happening this weekend. We got educated by Holly today that there's a fundraiser for kids that want to go to summer camp tomorrow morning.
For the Wildfire Group,
At the Children's Pavilion, there is a pancake feed. We also have the Farmers Market today, and then Warriors Against Cancer all weekend long on Saturday and Sunday, right?
That's right. There you go. All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and that's taking place, of course, in Valley at Dawn's. They've got silent auctions, vendors, fun and games. And on Sunday, 10 to 1, car show joins them. Classic car show, always fun.
Oh, and you know what? We're going to look ahead just a little bit here quick before we go. June 14th. June 14th, I believe, is the day. That's a Friday, if I have the day right. Kevin Doran is going to be here performing live. He's a wonderful blues singer, great voice, great guitar player. Yes, Friday the 14th, he's going to be here on the morning show to join us, and then he's going to play a show here.
Get this. Kevin Dorn, our very first, I think, if not the very first, one of the very first persons to perform live on KCHW on the morning show, and did our very first concert when we moved into the new theater.
There you
So
go.
some of you might remember Kevin. He is younger and adds what I think is a freshness to blues music.
He does.
And he has that old-time warble.
Yeah, the vibrato.
The vibrato in his throat, and he works it in. This is not going to be a show you're going to want to miss. And if you got the first one, I know you're going to be buying tickets for the second because, Kevin Doran returning to Chihuahua.
That's amazing. He's stopping here on his tour. He's actually on tour, and we got him to stop here on the tour to not only do the morning show, but do a show in the evening. So we're going to get tickets out for that next week. I've had to take the week off to take a little shake off Chihuahua's Got Talent and take a breather, and then we're going to get right back at it with our next show.
All right. Yeah, I'm very excited about that one. You said he's going to be on the morning show the day of the concert.
Yes, he is on the 15th with you and I.
A little tease. Go watch some of his videos. He hails from Canada. I'm not sure. I believe he lives in Coeur d'Alene, has a recording studio there and stuff. And going to stop and treat us again.
Yes.
Thank you, Kev.
Yes.
Good job, Chuck.
And just a couple days ago, I got an email with his bio and all of his information, and we're going to get those posters out. Tickets for sale next week.
All right. Good job.
There you go.
Anything else you want to throw out before we head out?
No, just have a great day. Have a great weekend. Come see me at the Friday Market.
There you go.
There you go.
Keep us on your dial. It's 102.7 FM, and we are Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW.
It's not a tumor.
Okay, it is. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Whatever happens, remember,
You can do it!
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.
It's not.